And I made it clear that if they go into Rafah, they haven't gone into Rafah yet. If they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons that have been used historically to deal with Rafah, to deal with the cities, to deal with that problem.
That's President Biden Wednesday night saying that if Israel launches an invasion of Rafah, which they are going to do, the U.S. will hold off weapons support for Israel as they continue to try and eradicate Hamas from the Gaza Strip. At the same time, police were breaking up an anti-Israel encampment on the campus of George Washington University earlier this week. 33 protesters were arrested for multiple offenses, including assaulting police officers.
Joining us now, a member of the Four Country Caucus and member of the House Financial Services Committee, Iowa Congressman Zach Nunn. So, Congressman, what do you make of the president's comments, especially after he went out there on Tuesday, the Holocaust Remembrance Ceremony, and says our support for Israel is ironclad, and then pulls the weapons?
Charla, this is complete betrayal. We have seen a president who makes a speech and does something that's a massive U-turn. And being a veteran of Afghanistan, I have seen this story play out too many times. Look, we have stopped the shipment of critical smart weapons to Israel to be able to minimize the amount of civilian casualties, but still cut off the head of the snake, which is Hamas, funded directly by Iran. At the same time, the administration has done nothing to lead on my legislation to sanction and limit Iran's ability to leverage, as we just saw weeks ago, 300 indiscriminate weapons directly into Israel that would have killed Jews, Christians, Muslims, folks in Palestine.
Yeah.
And let's never forget that we have hostages in Gaza right now who are U.S. citizens. The administration's turning their back on them. And candidly, Hamas is holding everybody in Gaza as a hostage. And that's something the protesters should remember as well. The real people who are harming Palestinians is Hamas itself as a terrorist organization.
Yeah, whenever I hear those free Palestine chants, I'm like, fine, but add free Palestine from Hamas to the end of the chant. 133 hostages still being held by Hamas, according to the State Department. To me, if I'm one of these anti-Israel protesters on these college campuses, Congressman, I continue to protest and riot because they just won. The administration just cowed to the demands of these college students and these outside agitators.
And this is the worst part. Our elite universities have become the sounding board for the most ridiculous statements ever, and they've done it because they have really no consequences. I mean, they want to go to school on your and my tax dime, have the Biden administration capitulate and give them free college. But then back in my home state of Iowa, I've got hardworking kids going to community colleges, becoming apprentices, diesel mechanics for trucking. They're the ones who keep this country going, and they've said enough. I'm not going to even look at going. I've got a junior in high school. We're going to go out and do college campuses. She's already scratched off a number of these schools because they have failed to deliver for students. They don't even get their graduation going forward, let alone provide an education that is worthwhile for them to be able to know that actions have consequences and stupid behavior should not be rewarded.
Yeah.
And you're from Iowa, but I know that you recently made a trip to the border because, as we know, every state now is a border state. What did you see when you went to the border?
Charlotte, first of all, it's frightening. We have Iowa National Guardsmen who are deployed on the front line. I went around with Customs and Border Patrol, and we saw literally gaps in the fence line, hundreds of yards open, illegal immigrants coming across. Chinese military-age men I saw with my own eyes come across and enter into our country illegally, and CBP is largely handcuffed to do anything. We were with one agent. He's got to do an overnight shift. These guys are not only taxed to the max, we then saw where they allow these individuals to be dropped off after their 72 hours. Chinese men in the audience picking and choosing who was coming with them in Mandarin, identifying where they were going to go next.
Wow.
That is, it's frightening.
Yeah.
I guess, so you were in the San Diego sector.
That's right, right across from Tijuana. And Rob, I will tell you this, you know who's really got control over the border? It's the cartels. Sadly, in the days we went in there, 3 individuals tried to come across from Mexico. They were found with bullets in the back of the head.
Wow.
Candidly, I mean, the cartel decides who gets across, and if you don't pay...
Wait, you're saying 3 dead bodies?
That's right, exactly. 3 individuals who are coming into the country illegally clearly tried to enter the sector without cartel approval, and the cartel executed them right there.
So, Congressman, for the first time in 25 years, San Diego has passed all other sectors in illegal crossings. And what's remarkable, in just the last week of April, and that's the most up-to-date numbers we have, people from 69 countries have crossed into the San Diego sector alone. And the rest of the media want the American people to believe that these people are coming from Mexico or Central America, maybe South America. 69 countries is remarkable. In fiscal year 2021, we had 451 Chinese nationals cross. We've had over 30,000 so far this fiscal year. Mind you, they have to cross an ocean
That's right.
to get here.
That's right.
How are they getting here? Maybe more importantly, why are they coming here now?
Rob, it's the absolute right question to be asking. Look, I worked for 2 decades as a counterintelligence officer, most of it focused on China. Right now, to get to the United States from China, you're paying $40,000 minimum to be able to be transported. This is, concierge service by the Chinese government in direct partnership with the cartel to get folks across here. And as I said, once they come, it's not like they're coming to be great U.S. citizens. It's because they are working here. They know they've got a 5-year runway where they can operate under the radar. And the cartels, in particular, hand them off directly to Chinese-based mafia, particularly in California. And they're going to all sectors. We just led a bill to help shut down, shell companies that belong to China here. We've got farmland in Iowa that's trying to be purchased by Chinese nationals. These are the folks who are coming in. They're working off the books in software development, in hardware, and they're stealing intellectual property. But most importantly, it's creating a 5th column right here in the United States of Chinese supranationals reporting to the communist government.
Can I 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a correlation between they're figuring it out now, because California is a blue state, Gavin Newsom's governor, much easier to get across that border versus Texas, where Greg Abbott's got the border on lockdown right now?
It's 100% correct. This is the right thing to do. When you enter California, not only do you get your health care and your benefits paid for, you get a driver's license. You dramatically change the number of people in a congressional district. Next census, this is all on the line. So we've got to fight this now. Most importantly, for our country's sake, our national security sake, 300 plus individuals on the terrorist watch list. Those are the ones we know about. China, they're operating a much more lethal game targeting the United States.
Scary.
Congressman, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Appreciate
Really
it.
appreciate
Zach
it.
Nunn, thank you.
Thank you.